Anyway, hello everybody, it is me, Darcy. Welcome back to the channel, and welcome back to the podcast, the Unnamed Podcast, the podcast where I sit here with this guy for about a time, and we talk a little bit of rubbish or anything else that comes to my mind. This guy is, of course, Kris. Sorry. But, thank you for joining us, and as usual, we're going to get started with a little bit of channel news. But before that, I see you, Steam.
Oh, yeah.
I see you trying to fuck up my day. Okay, let's get started. Kris, hit us with the channel news.
Okay, so on Monday, it was Gears of War. This is the second last part.
This will be the second last part of it.
Yeah.
Yeah, we are almost finished the first Gears of War. I'm not gonna lie. There's a bit I want to talk about when we finally do actually finish it. But yeah.
Yeah.
As lovely as it looks, I really do love how crisp and clear it is. This version of the game does have a lot of issues. I feel like what they did when they upped it to make it look so good, and trust me, it looks so good, was that they just made it look better and they didn't actually adjust anything for the new looks.
Yeah, that's probably about right.
So it's like I've noticed a lot while we've been playing, hit markers are incredibly bad. Not so much of an issue when you're firing a machine gun with a chainsaw at a bunch of people, because you expect some of those bullets to miss.
Oh, yeah.
But considering that one of my primary weapons that I always play with through most of Gears of War is the long shot, which is a single shot sniper rifle. That's whole point is you only get one shot, but it's incredibly accurate and incredibly powerful. And when I'm like aiming at a dude's body and like move up to his head and pull the trigger, and it's like you miss, and his head's in the middle of my reticle, I'm like, did I? And I feel like that was one of the issues that they brought into the game inevitably when they fix it up, because this always happens. We saw this with the Insane trilogy.
Yeah, true.
Where they removed the independent jumping for all of the games. Where like, one jumping will work fine. And then it turned out, oh wait, no, it doesn't. Then, but I think Gears of War had a few issues with that. And then there's just all the audio issues that we've had.
Yeah.
Mainly that we can hear the cutscenes perfectly fine. They are coming through wonderful, and there's a lot of fun to be had in those cutscenes because they're all sassy steroid men. But for some reason the game does not want to put it through with the rest of the audio. Now, if that's something that's in the game's files or whatever, that doesn't make sense. Considering we have that issue with no other game. And if it's something that's like it's literally just a bug, well, great.
Fantastic.
But we're almost done with Gears of War. It's a good game. And that was a really long episode. Like, I think that episode went for something like an hour and a half-ish.
Yes.
And if you're sitting there going, why did that episode go for an hour and a half? Go watch it. You only have to watch the first, 15 minutes and you'll understand, oh, that's why it's called this. And that's why it took so long. Kris is a real dick. And he is. He really is.
Yep. I do that.
Yep.
Go watch it.
Yes.
Find out what I did. Many times.
He's a monster.
We moved forward each time, so it's fine. Only slightly, but we made it.
No, we didn't. There are times where it's been like, I'm walking up and then it's like, oh, you died. And then I have to go back and do it all over again.
No, that doesn't sound right.
Literally, the third time, I don't even have time to get ready.
I was thinking of a different part of this. Yes, no, very good point.
Exactly. So that was Monday. Gears of War came out. We're almost finished the playthrough, and we can look forward, guys, because they never did an upgraded edition of Gears of War 2. So look forward to when we do move on to Gears of War 2, which will probably be sometime mid next year, because we intend to move to something like Halo now after we finish this. Look forward to it using original Xbox 360 graphics.
Yeah.
No, they're not terrible, but it is noticeably more brown.
That's true. It's a very good point.
And low poly. But mainly brown. I'm actually hoping that by the time we get onto that, I'll have my new Xbox, so we can play Gears of War 2 in its original condition on the most powerful Xbox ever created.
Which is what you need. 100% what needs.
There will be no loading times.
No.
There better not be any loading times.
You know it.
Yeah, no, but Gears of War came out. It's really cool. There will probably be some shorts from it, but considering that it only came out this week, and I have shorts until the end of the month.
Yeah. Oh, Jesus Christ. Okay, it's a lot of shorts.
I told you there was 93 of them on that page I showed you.
Right.
And that page was from about 3 weeks ago.
Jesus.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
It's insane.
It is.
That's what happens when you make long form videos, Kris. There's a lot of gold hidden amongst the rubbish.
It's a lot of rubbish, too.
Yeah.
It's his fault.
Yep. Oh, that's rough. True.
Exactly.
But also the best parts of those videos. Nothing quite like when I forget what I'm doing and then just put all of my energy into fucking up someone else's day.
Okay, fair point. Fair point.
Yeah, so that was Monday. Monday, Gears of War came out. It was pretty cool. Also, a few shorts came out because there's literally 3 shorts a day coming out at the moment.
Yeah.
Then we move on to Wednesday.
Wednesday.
Notice how I said Wednesday and not
I'm aware
today,
of what was. I'm aware.
I'm a professional.
So today, Wednesday, just to annoy you, was the first installment of the Mustache saga?
Yeah. That's the first of the Mustachio games to come out.
Oh, the Mustachio games. That's what we're called. Okay, the Mustachio games. I didn't know.
Fun fact, when you said that, I was like, what the fuck are you actually talking about? Because I forgot we filmed multiple games that day.
Yes, we did.
I was a little bit brain dead that day.
Very much so.
Which I have not been this week because I'm practically on holidays. Except for Monday. I wasn't really on holidays on Monday. But I am now. Hopefully.
Yes. So it was Mario Kart.
It was Mario Kart. Yep.
Yes.
I'm glad you actually said that because I was like, oh shit, what do I have for next week? Oh, nothing. Oh shit. So it turns out I have quite a bit actually.
Yeah, it does.
But yeah, so Mario Kart came out. Me and Kris tried to channel the energy of past great racers who all were mustached by racing whilst wearing our mustaches and aviator glasses. That was its own thing. But did it work? No, it didn't. Absolutely not. I did come second in the first time.
You did. I did well in a couple of them.
Unfortunately, we were beaten by Toad at every point, so
Fuck Toad.
Fuck that guy, am I right? Yeah, fuck him. I hate him so much.
We do.
Oh.
I think we refrained from using the other word that we've used before.
I think I just want to, like... Is he in... No, he's not. Damn it. Just say, is he in Smash Bros? Can we take this out on him in Smash Bros?
Technically he is.
Yeah, but he's
even worse in Smash Bros.
He's even worse in Smash Bros. Because his whole job is he shields. You punch him and then he just does the damage back to you.
Yeah, that's what I mean. He's fucking worse.
He's actually the worst.
I fucking hate him.
You finally get to just clock him in the face and he's like, haha, it didn't hurt me because I'm a fucking mushroom. Now, die. And he pulls out a fucking gun and shoots you in the face.
That's what happens. It's exactly what happens.
Not what happens. I don't...
Someone make a mod.
There are quite a few players in Smash Bros. That do use guns, but Toad isn't one of them.
He could.
And all of their guns are lasers, like Fox, who uses a laser. But then I remember when we used to play as Fox back in the 64, you'd then pick up the laser gun and be like, yeah, now I got a laser gun. It's like, wait, but I always had a laser gun.
I've got a more powerful laser gun.
This doesn't make sense.
No, it didn't.
Yeah, no, so that came out. We raced.
Poorly.
We went to Rainbow Road.
We did. Why did we go to Rainbow Road?
I was actually in, like, second place up until that race.
Yeah, I know. I'm aware.
And I just dropped it. It was like, whoop.
Yeah.
Now,
I think that's the worst Rainbow Road for me. I don't do too bad on all of them, but that one's horrible for me.
Mine is still the 64 one, because it's not the 64 one.
Oh, yeah.
And so it's like every time I see it pop up, and it's like 64 Rainbow Road, and I get on, it's like this isn't the 64 one, and then there's a fucking train flying around the outside, and you're like, what the actual hell is going on here?
Yeah.
I'm telling you right now, the 64 one never had a train. And everyone's like, oh, well, it's like a modified version of the 64 one. Why the fuck, if they're modifying the versions, are the fucking nest maps still shit?
Yeah.
And the only ones that have oil spills on them.
Yeah.
Because they were like, oh, we'll make them look nicer, we won't change them. No, except for this one, we'll put a motherfucking train that throws random fucking things on them. It's not the 64 one. I was good at the 64 one.
Did both parts of that video come in? Or is that...
Yeah, that is the one part.
Oh, it's a one part. Okay.
It's a one part.
And then we did a team race.
We did.
Where we flipped roles, and my team sucked this time.
Yeah, it was...
Even though I was placing high every single time.
As I said, though, like, we kind of talked about that afterwards, and it was like, one of the very sucky things for me was that I'd be sitting in third, and I'd be like, cool, one of my teammates, and then Kris in front of me. Red shell, excellent. And then it would hit my teammate, and I'm like, what the fuck you doing, red shell? Stupid homing turtle.
See, I think it was what's actually happening is your teammates moved in front of it.
No, because at one point, it's me, you're up here, Donkey's over here, and I'm like, fuck yeah, I'm gonna get Kris. Then Donkey will go into first, I'll go into second, then Kris will try and take me out, and what I'll do is just let Donkey take that, I'll be in first, my team in the top 4, and then what happened is the shell went, boop, and shot off, and I went after Donkey Kong, and I went, Turtle?
I don't know why that keeps happening.
Turtle tracking system, what is wrong with you?
I suppose it's used to just going for the person in the next position.
But you would think that, like, considering they make all of these other things, that's like...
How the blue shell actually goes for the person in first place on the opposing team.
Yeah.
So not just the person in first place, even though it's me in first place.
But I will say this, though. There is a horrifying moment when you're sitting in, like, 5th place and the blue shell's circling around your head and you go, oh, motherfuckers.
yeah. That was rough. And you know what the thing I didn't think about then?
What?
The highest position on my team was 5th place.
Yeah.
Fuck.
Mm-hmm.
I think I still gained a lot of places after that.
I think you came 4th in that race. I think that was one of your worst scoring ones.
Right.
Usually you're in the top 2,
yeah.
But I think there was a few where, like, as I said, it is a luck of the draw with that. Like, it is really luck of the draw, because sometimes you get AIs. Like, you would think it'd be like your AIs would actually be level, but it's like, no. Your top half are way better than his top half. Like, his top half, your top half, his top half, your bottom half, his bottom half. It's like, well, we're fucked.
Or it's your top half, my top half, your bottom half. Yeah, that fucking happened a few times.
And then it'd just be like, oh yeah, they should be about... No. Oh, and, you know, like, the other side that I always love about those team races is the fact that, for some unknown reason, my team always targets me.
Oh yeah, that's the common thing. Mine doesn't target me because they're far enough fucking...
They'll be like, I've got 3 green shells circling around me, and oh, here comes my team leader coming up the middle here to get us some points. What I'll do is hit him with 2 of them.
Yeah.
Or, yeah, as I said, my favourite one, when all of my people are in the top 3, and then the fucking guy in second gets a red shell and goes, excellent, forwards it is. And it comes flying right behind me and hits me. Doesn't knock me out, it just hits me and explodes. I'm like, that was good use of that. And then Kris comes zooming up past that guy. I'm like, yep, red shell could have been great just then.
Yeah.
Fucking idiot.
Yeah, no, that kept happening. I think one of my issues with the Rainbow Road as well is it kept giving me mushrooms, remember? Or
at least you got a bullet bill. I just kept getting golden mushrooms on all of the corners.
Oh, yeah, it was fun.
And I was like, hey, do you want to use a mushroom right now? No.
You know what's happening on a couple of the other spots? I think I ran into other people's mushrooms. Like, yeah, corner mushroom, bang.
Oh, I love that.
Oh, that was fun.
That's brilliant.
I fucking hated that.
No, it was disastrous. The Rainbow Road took us, fucking threw us in a bin, poured gasoline on us, set us on fire, and then put out the fire with its urine.
Yeah, I thought that's where you were going. Yeah, it did.
Really owned us there.
Oh, it did. I hate that particular one.
It was harrowing.
I don't dislike a lot of the other ones. It's that one. That one is the worst.
I think I prefer. I don't mind the SNES one because it's just that. I don't mind.
I don't mind the one with
Wii one.
What is it? Thwomps?
I think that's. Yes, that's I think the SNES one.
Yeah, I don't mind that one. That one I actually do okay in.
I really don't mind the Wii one because the Wii one has a lot of guardrails, like you can just kind of throw caution to the wind.
True.
But yeah, the 64 one, as I said, which is not the 64 one. I'm pretty sure that one you end up driving on a moon at some point. That was definitely not in the 64 version.
I don't remember that.
One of the Rainbow Roads, and there is like six of them in this game.
Maybe that's actually my worst Rainbow Road because I've put it out of my memory. Because fuck that.
Oh, it is the worst because I'm pretty sure it has absolutely no guardrails whatsoever.
Yeah, I kind of expect that with the Rainbow Road. I know there is some of do have it, but I expect that they don't.
Oh yeah,
I go into a Rainbow Road expecting none. So
I think my worst one is still shit, what's it called?
I don't know.
The ship. It's the ship one. It's the ship.
Oh yeah, no.
I just hate that map.
See, I'm very hit and miss on that one. Sometimes I do really well with it, but you'll notice in the video that we did the other day.
And sometimes he's not got his little cheat
on. The one we had the other day, that was I did horribly.
Mm.
I didn't do. No, I shouldn't say horribly. I didn't do well, but other times I'll just fucking fly through it, no problems.
No. Although I will say this about Mario Kart. I love the shit out of the game. One of these days, when we go to Cam and Arcades, I should just take the whole Switch system, and everyone can just have fun.
Oh, yeah.
We'll play some Smash Bros, some Mario Kart, other games.
Mario Party.
They do have Mario. No, Mario Party's worse than Monopoly.
Yeah, I'm aware. I'm aware it's not good either. But
you never want to get invited to our friends' houses again? Excellent.
See, Mario Party will be one that it's like someone else will be like, "Hey, we should play Mario Party," and we'll be like, "Fine." I think that's how that's gonna play.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, it's just something that I'm like, oh, I should definitely do that next time. And next time, and like, oh yeah, I also brought Mario Kart because everyone loves Mario Kart. Yeah. So Mario Kart that came out. That's a pretty good one. It's not a bad one. Yeah, and then
bunch of shorts, which we've already mentioned, but
many shorts. More than Kris realized, apparently.
Yes.
The other one is that we also have Minecraft coming out again on Friday. Yay! Everyone's excited about Minecraft.
It's only a week without it.
Yeah. And you didn't miss much. You missed a bit of me mining sand. It was good fun. And yelling at squids. But hey, guess what? I yell at squids in this one too.
It does, yeah.
And I can say that with uncertainty because it's not yet finished being edited. What are you gonna do?
We'll figure that out later in the week.
Figure it out tomorrow and probably, maybe... No, it'll be tomorrow.
Yeah.
Fortunately, with the ease of which it takes to normally edit a podcast, they're down to like 40 minutes of editing these days. Which is good. It's good. I like that. I like a nice quick edit. In fact, when we do finally get Kris onto editing, he'll probably be editing podcasts because there's very little that needs to be done with these.
True.
And so we can cut his teeth there and then move him on to more complicated things. But yeah, so it'll be in the next episode of Minecraft. In this one, I have to try and figure out where home is, even though I have a compass that's pointing me directly there. But I'm trying to figure out where home is whilst remembering where everything else.
I can tell you where home was.
It was in the direction I was heading. But yeah, so I had to figure out where home was while still remembering where everything else was. So, because I found some pretty cool stuff. So yeah, we do that. Kris is still in his hole. I can't remember if in this one I actually come and walk around your place for a bit.
I think that might be the next one.
All I know is that it turns out I was way further away than I thought.
Yeah.
Like in the last episode, I'm like, oh, I found like 2 continents. Well, I think I found something like 4.
Yeah.
And I just did not realize that I was like, so it's like I must have been traveling from like one spot and then hitting another spot and being like, oh, well, this is obviously just like, if I followed that, it'll just be a coastline. But no, it wasn't. It wasn't at all.
No,
it was just
wasn't.
a whole other place.
That's in the next video, though.
There is, that's going to be in the one that comes after, which is actually going to be a bit longer. It could be up to an hour and a half in length, because a lot happens in that. Or it might not be, depending on how much of the sea travel I can cut out. But yeah, so we have our Minecraft coming out tomorrow. I have a lot of shorts to continue making. We have a few extra mustache-related videos that we filmed last week.
Yes, last Thursday.
Speaking of which, Kris has received 4 compliments about his mustache, hence why it's still there.
Received more than 4.
That's why it's still there.
That's not why it's still there.
Had one person said, you don't look good with a mustache. The mustache would have been gone.
I technically have had someone to say that.
Yeah, but that was Kalisha. She says that all the time.
Oh, it's 2 people. Went around to Dad's last night, and my nephew walks up. He's like, "You just shave that off too. I don't like that. Get rid of that. Grow the beard back and then shave that off." I'm like, "No, we sort of grow the beard back. We're gonna leave it there." So he's basically like, "I've got to grow it back, shave that."
Yeah.
So pretty much just have the beard.
So you want me to have a weird upper lip flex?
Yes.
That
would be so weird. But I've been told now I have to get it back by one person.
Who?
My nephew.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, fuck his opinion.
Yeah, that's pretty much it. As I said to someone else, in his defense, he's never seen me without a beard.
Why his defense? His defense going to protect him from a baseball bat? No.
No, clearly not. Especially if you're swinging it.
Yeah, I'm a big bopper. Yeah. So that's all the stuff of the week. That's all the stuff that's coming out this week.
Yeah.
We still have a bit of recording to do. Hopefully we're looking at doing some of that later this week. And
some point.
Hopefully Saturday. If I'm being honest, I'm like, oh shit, because we have to film the next Satisfactories. We have to film probably some more Minecraft because I really need to get back to my house. I've got so much building to do.
It's gonna be a while before you get back to that. We've got some exploring to do.
Yeah, but if we film 2 episodes, the very end of those 2 episodes should have me home, hopefully.
And if I have anything to do with it.
I will abandon you in the middle of nowhere.
I'm aware.
But yeah, no, that's so that's all got to go. Satisfactory, we have more of that to do. Quite possibly, depending on how much of a pain in the arse it will be, we may even start to feature some of Kris's footage. There won't be much because Kris's life in Satisfactory is incredibly boring. But
you got me fucking building everything.
I don't have you doing anything. I just say, Kris, we need this, and expect it to be done. So I'm the boss.
Also, it's not as easy to go and massacre things. It's easy, don't get me wrong. Not as fun.
Ooh, it is for me.
It's it's fun, but it's not as fun as like when we're in Conan, where Darcy is like, "Hey, where are you?" It's like, at another tribe, or what was another tribe.
Yeah.
So I've just killed everyone there.
Yep. And then in terms of like the solo stuff, well, we still have Red Dead Redemption, which is still running. I just haven't filmed one of those in a while. I have another whole Subnautica that's already filmed, ready to go.
Yeah.
Although I'll probably hold off on that for a little bit longer because we had that double Subnautica week.
We put it out twice in a week?
No, we put it out twice in 2 weeks.
Okay.
Yeah. But, that means like in the span of 7 days, we put out Subnautica like twice or something. I'm pretty sure I put it out on a Wednesday and a Friday. Or something like that.
Wednesday and a Monday?
Might have been. I can't remember.
That might be a bit more accurate.
Might have been a Friday and then a Wednesday.
Oh, okay, yeah, fair.
Anyway, point is, so I'll hold off on that. And then, of course, I've got to start up Spyro again. The next game.
Yes,
the long one. With so many extra hidden parts. I love that game. Still no news on Spyro 4, unfortunately.
We're keeping an eye out on that.
I will be doing that.
Yes.
I want that game in my life. And I want someone to make it. And I want it to be fucking good. Because if it's not good, that's a bombing.
Everything's a bombing for you, though. Fucking.
Anyhow. But yeah, so, we've still got lots of stuff to work on. We even have a few new games that we may be adding to our rotation soon. Astroneer.
Oh, yeah, the one we've been mentioning for weeks.
Yeah, we haven't filmed any of it yet. But
No.
we've thought about it. It's in my brain.
Let's put it this way. He's thought about it.
Then there's Space Marine 2.
Yep.
Which I have to get and start playing, hopefully this weekend.
Yeah.
I've been very busy. And yeah, like other games, man. There's so many other games. So many other games. We also have to get started on our Halloween stuff, which hopefully we'll be doing starting next week. I have a few things that I can get Kris onto right this moment, but I don't really want to see him too long today. He hurts my eyes. Anyway, I think
have that effect on mainly him.
I'm very sensitive about these things. Yeah, but that just about wraps up channel news. Except, of course, subscriber count, which last time I checked was at 159. Which is, again, pretty much following the current trend that we're getting. Of about, 5 to 10 subscribers a week. Which is, it's, as we always say, guys, really, really appreciate it. Really, really gratifying as well. And it's good to see that people are enjoying the content. Very rarely does it change during the filming of the podcast.
I think it has once or twice.
No, it usually changes the evening after.
Oh, okay.
So it's like...
No, I'm pretty sure there was one day where it's like we finished filming. It's like they've made us lies.
Yeah, but that was also like at like 11:30 at night.
Very true.
But yes, so currently as it stands at the point of filming 159, which is again freaking awesome. That's again roughly, where were we last week? 150.
I think we're 152.
Yeah. So it's sticking along. She's ticking along, and she's ticking along at a pace that is actually incredibly gratifying and incredibly like holy crap. Like I think back to last year a lot when, like, especially when it comes to subscriber counts, because that's the be all and end all for starting YouTube channels. True. And it's like I remember last year where we were like, fuck yeah, we got a subscriber this month. And now it's like, I'll be like just chilling and be like, oh, I gotta jump onto the channel and do this. And it's like, oh, it's gone up by like 10 subscribers. Fuck, okay.
Shit.
And it's like, it's amazing. It's also just like, holy shit.
Wasn't it only a couple months ago we were going, well, we're almost at 100, guys?
I think it was, start of August. We were like, we're almost at 100. And now it's sort of like,
Yeah, it's definitely increasing more than we're expecting this year.
Oh, mate, it's been...
by a long shot.
But you know what, that's what I kind of said to you when we first started this. I was like, for most YouTubers, it's about 3 years before they even start really being a YouTuber.
True, yeah.
And, we are seeing that trend. Like,
That's true.
I think we are officially at... Oh, no, sorry, we're still like a week away from being 2 years old.
Yeah, that's true.
And as I said, like, if you compare the growth of the channel from our first year to this year, it's like, holy shit, if we have that same growth next year, we'll be at like 10,000 by like mid-August.
Possibly.
Exponential growth, mate.
True, yes.
But yes, so 159 to keep you up to date. And That's kind of cool because like last night when I checked before I went to bed, it was like 155 or something like that, and yeah.
That sounds very right. Yeah.
As I said, it's something that you can never tell with this. The shorts are amazing for this kind of stuff.
They are.
Anyway, I guess that kind of wraps up channel news.
Yeah.
So moving on, Kris. Space Marine 2 has dropped.
Yeah. Okay.
And I really want to play that game. It looks very good.
I still haven't looked at it.
Very good. A few people who have been playing on YouTube are complaining.
Okay.
About the immense amount of gore in it.
Oh, fuck.
Apparently that's an issue with YouTube, and I'm like, nah, fuck it.
Screw it.
Like when we film it, there will be no changing the colors to like black and white, unless we're being really artsy. Otherwise, full.
You'll get it all.
You'll get it all. But I'm really looking forward to playing that game. I said, hopefully I'll be able to start playing this weekend. But
that would be good.
But also I have stuff to do this weekend. But I'm on holidays, so you know, as long as I use my time wisely, I should be able to do quite a bit while. Yeah.
You gonna start speaking sometime soon?
Nope.
Okay.
I'm on holiday, so hopefully I will actually be able to get quite a bit of stuff done, as opposed to normally where it's like edit, go to work, come home, finish editing, sleep all day, get up, go to work, come home.
It's about how it goes.
Yeah. She can be rough, especially like when it's just like, exam period, man. I hate it. As I said, I've been cooked for the last week.
Yeah, no, that's fair. It does suck.
My brain was mush, and then I went drinking on Saturday night.
Yes, you did.
I had a good time, except DJs weren't as good as the live music.
Yeah, no, that's fair.
I was kind of sitting there because we had a festival in our town, and it was our friends going away party, so we went down there, and it was bullshit. $40 a ticket. Fuck off.
I got told it was going to be 30. Shit. Okay.
$40 a ticket. Well, it was like 38.
Yeah.
So technically, who told you wasn't lying? It was like 30, but it's more like 40.
Yeah. Okay.
And then you get in there, and it's like, oh, do you want a drink? Yeah, sure. A beer's $10. Fuck. Well, what do you got in spirits? Oh, they're $15.
Oh, fuck off.
Oh, and what do you got? Oh, we just got cans. All right. I ended up like going to like one of the little like tents they had because they were like, oh, it's $11 a drink, and I'm like, that's pretty expensive, but I do drink at the Oxy, so it's only like 90 cents more expensive.
Yeah.
So I was like, that's actually not bad for me. But I'm like, at the same time, I don't have to spend $40 before I'm even allowed to buy from the Oxy.
Yeah.
It's like fucking. It annoys me so much that they set these things up and they go like, oh, super high price to get in, and then super high price of everything once you're in.
Oh, they're trying to make money.
Oh, they are,
and they're succeeding.
Ridiculous. But you make more money by having it cheaper, because it's like this,
there's
right?
More people buy it.
Exactly. You half the price of a ticket, you get more people in there. Now, I'm an exceptional alcoholic, but I can only drink so much.
Oh, yeah.
And because I was drinking beer most of that night, I actually hit that line pretty quickly.
True.
Because I don't think I finished any of the last drinks I bought.
No, you didn't.
Because I was just like, I'd drink them and be like, I'm actually full as fuck.
Yeah. Having said that, the first one I drank, I got from the goat. Holy shit.
Oh, it was bad.
That was horrible.
It was bad. But anyway, the point is, yeah, so I can, even with my ability, and my drinking ability is top fucking notch, I can only drink so much. So you're only going to make so much money off me. But you let two people in, well, now we're buying twice as much alcohol. So you're making the same amount of money on the gate, but twice as much inside.
See,
that's where the money is.
When I came out, I thought, I'll join the wait. Hang on, no, I got to pay for entry. Fuck that, I'm gonna wait. Yeah,
and so then but then the live band was actually good. So that's probably like the one thing I'm like, admission was sort of worth it because at least it paid for the live band.
Yeah.
Although they probably saw much less money than the DJs that came on afterwards, but the live band was good. We had a lot of fun. One of the people we were with, like, fucking went to town on, like, crushing everything from my knee up to my upper thigh because a guy started dancing with her and she didn't want to, so she just reached back and started squeezing everything, and unfortunately I was in the firing line.
No. Oh, that sucks.
And I was like, what? And she's like, I'm sorry. And I'm like, oh, my good. I'm so sorry. And I was like, yep, no, it's fine. It's all good. And she's like, I just didn't want to dance with that guy anymore. You know, I'm going to avoid that from happening. I'm just going to stand between the two of you.
No, it's
Oh, and that's what happens when a testicle gets squeezed, lads.
Yes.
Ooh. But yeah, no, it was a good night. We had a lot of fun. I was, you know, I think I was actually doing pretty well considering I'd been like drinking since like 1 o'clock.
Yeah, that's not bad.
I didn't stop drinking till 11 o'clock. That's a solid what?
It's good at math.
I want to say 10, but it's more like 9 hours of drinking. No, it's 10 hours of drinking.
Yeah, I was waiting. Yeah. I know you'd get there eventually.
Shit, that was a long day.
And did your age? Yeah, real long day.
Tell me about it. Caleb kept saying shit
about
when
we were in our early 20s. Holy shit, that was fucking nuts.
No, but you see, even when I was in my early 20s, like...
My early 20s, I think my longest was 15, 16 hours.
Yeah, see. But the difference is, like, yeah, it's just, it's a different type of drinking, too. Like,
I suppose.
Like, you in your early 20s were never out all day. You would be drinking at, like, one of your mates' houses, and that doesn't actually count.
We only, that 15, 16 hours was just us drinking constantly at one of my parties.
Yeah, that doesn't count. Hate to break it doesn't count. Drinking at your mates or your house doesn't count as a long drinking session. Because you're just at home chilling. Like, if you're at the pub for 10 hours...
we were playing drinking games and everything.
If you're at the pub for 10 hours, that's a long day of drinking. Because those drinks are incredibly expensive.
Oh, yeah, true.
I probably could have drank for, like, 50 hours straight on the money I spent that night.
Oh, easily. Easily. Fucking sleep.
Fuck. Yeah, well. But, yeah, no, it was a good night. As I said, I had a lot of fun. Caleb kept saying stuff about being old, and I was just like, you fucking old man, and he's like, shh. And at no point, like, it was so funny, because, like, it's literally something like 8 days between us.
Oh, yeah.
And he said something, and I was just like, hey, you fucking old man. He's like, hey, shut up, you will understand one day. I'm like, I'm 8 days younger than you. We're the same fucking age.
Yes, you are.
But I was just like, oh, go fuck.
Yeah.
I'm having fun. And then eventually he did remember that, and he's like, wait a minute, you're the same age. And I'm like, nailed it.
Nailed it.
Like, we look so vastly different. But,
oh, yes.
you know, that's the living life part and his dying corporateness.
Yep.
Looking for the man. Anyway.
It's having fun.
Anyway. Oh, so what have you been up to this week, Kris? Anything interesting?
Not really, actually.
Just a no.
General work. Like that place?
You played any Black Myth Wukong?
No.
Oh.
Not yet. I thought, like, my laptop has been in that bag since last week.
Yep.
I haven't actually taken it out because we haven't done anything with it.
You're a slack ass.
I've been preoccupied.
With what? You don't do things. See?
Taking a girl out. Having them come over, watching movies with them, you know?
You're weak. We should be going like, yep, absolutely. Got the girl, but sorry, I have a video game. I've got stuff I gotta do.
Fair enough.
Just be like, oh, you know, it's been like 20 minutes since we've seen each other. Sorry, I'm playing a video game.
Sorry. Off you go.
I'll see you today. I'm playing a video game. No.
Fucking. Oh, we'll be getting into that shortly. I've heard a lot of people complaining again about difficulty in these games. It's like, what the fuck are you expecting?
Yeah,
you knew it was going to be this type of game. Why are you complaining about it?
I don't like the difficulty of these types of games, but I'm not going to sit there and complain about them. That's not the reason. That's just the reason I'm going to say, sorry, I'm just not going to play your game. And you know, in truth be told, maybe I will, but at the same time, it's like when I do play it, you know, I'm just gonna go in and expect, because it's a sad thing for me because I find that every video game, like no matter how bad it usually has like one redeeming factor.
Usually, yeah.
But like for me, with like the Soulsborne games and stuff like that, it's like because I really hate like the whole thing of the difficulty, and it's not that I hate difficulty. I fucking love it. It's just that there's difficult, then there's overly difficult, and then there's like, why the fuck are we even doing this difficult? And like, I know for a fact that if in the Souls games, if I hit a place where it's like, why the fuck are we even doing this difficulty? I'm just gonna walk away. I'm not gonna be like one of those people who are like, sure, yeah, just get good, just get good.
No, see,
because I'll grab them by the fucking throat and then use the fact that I'm a giant of a man to squeeze the air out of them.
Oh yeah,
because it's like I don't have the time or the want to dedicate my life to getting good at something when in reality I'm a busy guy. I've got things to do.
No, I completely get that.
Don't have the time to or want to do that. It's like, so yes, I understand it, and it's like blah blah blah.
The upside to most Souls games is you can go back a little bit, kill an enemy that you actually can kill quite easily now, but still gives you a lot of souls. Upgrade yourself so that the why the fuck are we here difficulty becomes, okay, this is a bit challenging. You can make it easier for yourself, but
I think
it's when they do stuff like what they did with Elden Ring recently, where you could do that, and then all of a sudden it's like, hey, you know how you're super high leveled because of what you did throughout the whole game, and then you kept playing for a while, so you're even higher level than what you needed for the base game? That's fucking useless now. Just the DLC.
Fuck you.
Yeah, that's a bit much.
Well, but again, that's kind of what they need because of the people that game brings to it.
True, yeah.
And it's like, it's like probably the most, and I say this knowing that there is an argument to be had here about the most toxic players in video game.
Oh, yeah.
Because it's hard to be people who play things like Fortnite, Siege, Call of Duty.
Yeah.
But I find that they're just as toxic in the Dark Souls community when it's like, oh no, if it's not hard, get fucked. It's like, no, because end of the day, retard, and yes, you are. A video game's whole point is to be fun, and whilst I think
and at times those games can be
I really hate to be the person who says this, but I think Dark Souls only still exists because it became a phenomenon.
I think so.
If people hadn't have really been like, oh, this is so cool, and it came at a time when video games were getting easier and easier and easier.
True, yeah.
And becoming more accessible. So having a game that was like, no, we don't give a fuck about accessibility, this is the difficulty of the game, was a breath of fresh air to a lot of people, and a lot of people bought it. But I kind of feel like if you actually go back to the numbers that sold, and the numbers that every game after it has sold, and then actually look at the number of people who have completed just the main story, you'll see a massive disparity. And if you kind of went to those people who bought those games now, 10 or so years later, and said, hey, if I gave you back the money you paid for this right now, and would you take it? They'd say, absolutely. Absolutely. I'd take my money back because I'm never finishing this game because it's just...
Oh, a lot of people will never finish those games.
It's just
a lot of people won't, because they jump onto it because, as you said, they jumped onto the bandwagon. It's like, oh, I hear this is a really good game. It's like, yeah, but you're hearing it. Let's face it, the people who really enjoy that game, they're fucking masochists. They are, because those games can be rage-inducing.
Oh, absolutely.
They can.
And I love a bit of rage-inducing. I'm a gamer. Of course I love it. But at the end of the day, and this is what I say about every game I play, and why I fell off games like Call of Duty and a lot of these live service games, is I'm not here to do a job. I'm here to have fun.
Pretty much.
And that's kind of my whole mentality with video games. They're supposed to be fun. Now, crazy thing is, I'm actually a proper hardcore gamer. Like, surprise, I have a gaming channel. I am a hardcore gamer. I always have been.
Yeah.
But I also, in doing that, I'm never going to be a gamer who sits down and it's like, sweet, this month I'm playing this game. No. Like, Kris can attest to this, but I'm literally someone who you will walk in and I'll be playing like 4 video games at once. And people go like, how are you doing that? And it's like, oh, I need to be doing this because right now I'm playing this game, but I am actually kind of bored of it. So then I'll switch over and be playing this game. Yeah. And then I got my Switch going over here because when I get bored of that game and I don't want to go back to this one, I'll play this. And this is while I'm playing them. I cannot, like, if someone sat down and said, yeah, you can beat this game in like a week if you just sit down and play it, I'll be like, cool. It'll take me 6 months because after 2 days of playing it, I'm like, I don't even fucking care how far into the story I am. I don't want to play this game anymore. Its mechanics bore the shit out of me.
No, that's fair.
And then I move on to something else because that's what I do. In fact, the only games that really ever keep my attention are like the sports games.
Yeah.
And that's generally because they're very short little bursts of doing stuff, followed by long moments of sitting there doing nothing.
True.
And in those moments where I'm sitting there doing nothing, I'm not paying attention to the game. So it's like the boredom cycle starts there, but I go and do other things, and then I come back and the game's playing and I'm like, oh, yep, my part.
Yeah. Pretty simple.
Yeah. But again, also at the same time, I'm the person who sat there for like an hour doing an F1 race.
You did do that.
I've done it many times.
I'm not surprised.
But again, like, yeah, there's just, for me, it's a different level of thing where it's like, yeah, I can play a game for 8 hours straight and have a really good time, but then I might not play that game again for fucking a year.
Oh, easily.
2 years. I have an issue right now where I keep starting The Witcher 3 again. I play for like 6 hours, and then I stop playing it, and I let like 4 months go by, and I start playing again, and I'm like, oh shit, I can't remember any of the controls, so I go back and play 6 hours from the start again, and then I'm bored, done with it, and then...
Do you ever think that the issue that you're running into is the fact that you're getting bored because you're playing the same thing repetitively? You're only ever doing the first 6 hours.
To be fair, yes, and I do acknowledge that, but at the same time, I kind of need to because I can't remember the controls. So I know.
I'm aware that this
where it teaches me the controls.
I went to go play it again a little while ago.
The thing is, though, that you say like, oh, because you're playing the same spot.
There is variety at the start.
It's not Call of Duty. It's not a linear shooter where it's like you walk down this corridor, there'll be 2 guys down here. It's like there is a bit of variety in it, so it's not so much that. It's more the fact that I'm there to scratch itches.
No, fair.
It's like, I haven't played this game in a while. I definitely should get back on it. And I'll get on it and I'll play it and I'm like, yeah.
Did you ever finish the game?
Yeah.
Okay.
Finished all of it.
Fair enough.
And I'll be like, oh yeah, okay, itch scratched. Move on to the next game. Yeah. And like, so I actually really do enjoy games where it's like, you can literally jump on and play for like 15 minutes and then just walk away from it for 6 months. Because I'm someone who's like, I just want to scratch this itch. Yeah. I really love this world. I want to jump into that for a second. Jump into it. That's why games with really long loading screens do my mind in.
Oh.
Because literally, I have started games. I have started not Call of Duty, Grand Theft Auto.
Yeah.
And in the time it takes to load, I've been like, I actually don't want to play this game anymore.
Yes, I mean.
It's like, I'll jump on online, I'll do some stuff, I've got this thing I want to do, and by the light on those, I'm like, no, I can't be fucked.
So that loading time is fucking ridiculous.
But even, so like any long loading time will pretty much kill me from playing a game, because it's like...
Hence why installing a game or updating a game will kill it for us as well.
Oh, yeah. And I've always had that problem, because that was kind of like this thing that came out with the 1 and the 4. PlayStation and Xbox, for those of you who are confused by my shortening of everything. Where they were like, oh yeah, the games are massive, and they've got so small storage space, but that's fine, because you can just install a game, and it's like... Some of your game's loading times stop me wanting to play that game. Installing 100 fucking gigabyte game. You think I'm gonna want to be sitting around after I've installed 100 gigabyte game? No. I'm gonna get into about 1.2 gigs of that and go, fuck, I don't want to play this game anymore.
Yeah.
And then because of the way you've insisted on doing this gaming system, I then uninstall it. And then I get to a point where I'm just like, I'm actually not buying your game anymore because I just can't be fucked doing the install uninstall process every time.
Yeah, and like because I went to go play the latest Tomb Raider at one point. Went to go install the game and it was like, yeah, cool. Picked it up at the end of it, still excited to play it. Got into the starting menu, got into the tutorial, and I'm like, fuck this. I hate the tutorial. These tutorials, I hate.
I think
I
the
get
tutorial's the best part of that game, unfortunately.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, fuck. Well, then, there we
The
go.
game gets very repetitive and boring because they tried to make it like open world, but the problem with open world is that
especially that type of game.
The open of the world, the worse the world.
Yeah, I suppose.
Because the more you have to do, the more likely you are to find empty spots.
Oh, easily. That's why there's games I won't play because it's just so empty.
Mm. Yeah. There's games I won't play because I just have no interest.
Yeah, there's that too.
Oh yeah, I was just saying, I just won't play games if I have absolutely no interest in them.
Oh, no, that's fair.
And I also just, like, the other thing I do is, like, I can see a game that everyone's like, oh, this is one of the biggest games, and I'm just like, it's boring as fuck. Fortnite, everyone. I hate to break it to you, that game is shit.
It sucks. It sucks so much.
And, like, it's the biggest game because, well, one, it's free, and two, it's stupid. And if there's one thing that we love now, it's free stupid shit.
No, I don't. If it's stupid, I fucking hate it.
But yeah, so like I will never play Fortnite. That's my thing. I've once been in the Fortnite menus because my mate was playing it, and I was trying to see if there's a way to delete everything he had. Turns out, no, which kind of sucks.
That does suck. Yeah, I've played it
Times.
a couple of times, and I fucking hate it.
Oh man,
It's... If you allowed me to just walk in with my gear straight off the bat, I'd be like, oh, okay, this is slightly better. But when you're joining,
standable. You can stand it.
Like I was playing it with two people who had been playing it quite a lot, and then I got down and it's like, yeah, cool. So I ran to a house, but I hadn't noticed because I wasn't paying attention when they jumped out, and they're like, oh shit, yeah, we're going down here. I was like, fuck, you could have warned me 30 seconds ago.
Yeah.
So that was enough time for them to already clear one, like a house each. So I've gone down into a house. I'm like, oh yeah, I'll try this one. It's empty. It was one of the houses they already cleared out. So I went into another one. They've moved on. That was another one they'd already cleared out. I'm like, oh fuck's sake, I can't get a weapon. And then they got like angry with me later on because I'm like, I wasn't shooting the enemy that was there. And they were getting on, like, why are you just using the pickaxe? Why aren't you shooting him? Shoot him. Don't use the pickaxe. Shoot him. It's like, Simon, shut up. I've been trying to tell you for ages I don't have a weapon because the two of you cleaned the houses out before I even got on the fucking ground.
Mm.
I don't have a weapon.
But even like that,
So I waited to pick him up and then picked up his weapon. He's like, no, it's my weapon. I needed that. It's like, well, fuck you.
As you should.
Now you can get up.
No, there's also like other things for me. I'm like, games that I think are fun, but then just have super bad mechanics are something that I'll probably never go back to.
Oh yeah.
Like I think I'm gonna give the Star Wars game on the Switch another go. The arena shooter.
Oh yeah, the one with the.
Is it a hero shooter? I think it's a hero shooter technically. Because you play as
the trench coat with Jaws.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
But let me tell you, the onboarding for that was so fucking terrible that it literally made me go like, nope.
Okay.
It's just it's not good. But yeah, no. Other than that, like I just I'm not fussed with it.
Yeah.
I think in the last like 4 years, pretty much since COVID struck,
yeah,
I just haven't cared much about like the things that people are like getting super hyped about in the video game industry.
Yeah, I've been about
because I'm kind of like, I used to be there, I used to be hyped, and everything always fell short of the hype. So now I just don't even waste my time.
The only one that I've been slightly, like, somewhat hyped about was the Black Myth Wukong, because I'm like, I kind of like the story, and I'm interested to where they're going to take the story, which, let's face it, it's only the start of the story where he was trying to defeat the demons.
I just really wish they hadn't, copied Dragon Ball. Like, that was a bit upsetting for me. But I guess all the great stories have already been told.
Yeah, I know, right?
No, and I have been excited about Space Marine, but that's just because.
You know what's going to be funny?
What?
People are going to think what you just said was accurate. Like, people are going to think that.
Not even my joke came from someone else.
No, I'm aware.
It's just a classic joke whenever someone does this Journey to the West story. You just say, "I'm so upset that they just stole from Dragon Ball."
Yeah.
But yeah,
like, even if you actually watch the original, like, fucking play for Journey to the West, people would probably still say the same fucking thing.
I'll do that one day. I'll go somewhere. We'll watch the play, and I just be like.
No, I mean the original play, like the black and white film.
All we'll do is we'll go somewhere and we'll go see Journey to the West, and at some point I'll just scream like, "When's he going Super Saiyan?"
No, that would actually be funny. But I think in this one he's actually basically a monkey, well, like Goku was originally supposed to be.
But yeah, no. I have been pretty excited for Space Marine, but that's because I kind of knew what I was getting there.
Yeah, true.
Like,
true.
I think for some games it's okay to be excited for. Like, I was excited for Space Marine because I knew that it's almost impossible to fuck up the type of game I was wanting, which is Space Marine v giant homogeneous group of enemies. What is the game? Space Marine versus giant homogeneous group of enemies.
True.
It's like, wow, they have delivered. Like, if I was sitting there being like, oh, I want a really good Space Marine story, then I could be disappointed by this game because it might not fulfill my Space Marine story that I wanted.
Yeah, okay, fair.
But if all I care about is the fact that I want to be like, dude in power armor, squishing everything with a fucking hammer, yeah, it's got that. It's nailed that. It's done that. And it's like, sweet. Awesome.
Yeah.
And there's been like games that should have been like home runs in that aspect that haven't been, like Back 4 Blood.
Oh yeah.
Like,
fuck, that's
all
right.
they had to do.
I forgot about that. They died so quickly.
Because all they had to do was make Left 4 Dead, but look nicer.
Pretty much.
And it would have been a home run because that's what people wanted from the game. But because they did other stuff.
Well, that's why I sort of got the game. Is people were like, oh, it's Left 4 Dead. And I'm like, oh, fuck yeah, let's go.
Because then they started doing other stuff and they tried to put in like different stories and all these other elements that kind of just fell down dead because that's not what people wanted.
It's true.
And then you look at other games and you're like, I don't know, Kris, name a game that's come out recently that we've probably paid attention not to.
I can't because I forgot about them.
Recent release game that everyone was really excited about. Has it lived up to what it should have been? Probably not. So like, and you know, you'll always find people who are like going to complain about the game because it didn't do such and such. You know, like,
yeah,
like I guarantee you, there's people complaining about Space Marine because. Well, actually, I know there's people complaining about Space Marine because you can't be a female Space Marine. And it's like, yeah, because in the world there are no female Space Marines.
That's how that world has been created years ago.
Yeah. Well, but you can't be one. Okay, well, cool, but that's that's your real world problem, not this game that's set in a fictional universe's problem.
That's it.
And it's like,
if you want a similar game where you can be a female,
build it. Go ahead and do it.
Yeah.
You can't call it Space Marine. No.
Helldivers
doesn't really do it.
You don't get
Helldivers has a lot of problems though.
Yeah, it does.
With all that kind of stuff. But you know, it's either like I've heard Helldivers is having some issues again
with
community management stuff, which is upsetting. But because Helldivers is actually kind of a fun game, but they do keep misstepping with it.
They do, yes.
And there was another game that came out that was recently. Oh, Concord. Did you hear about Concord? It was a PlayStation 5 game that came out. The live service. It lasted like 11 days before they killed it.
No, I didn't even fucking hear about it.
Oh, dude, you should look up Concord. But pretty much it was like a hero shooter. Came out And then Sony took it out back and killed it because no one actually wanted it. And it had the problem that Helldivers had. Like, you had to have a Sony account to play it. So that meant that a lot of the world didn't even get the opportunity to buy it. Because they weren't going to make the misstep they made with Helldivers, where they went, okay, play the game, okay, now we're going to go and have the backlash. They went, oh, no, we'll just avoid the backlash by making this a mandatory thing to begin with. But, if you're going to make a live service hero shooter, a really good way to make sure that it doesn't die is to have as many people playing it as possible and not fundamentally cut off half the world because they don't have your Sony services, your proprietary services. So that lasted. I can't remember the exact details, but about 11 days.
I think it may have actually, looking at that now, a couple of photos.
Kris was excited for it. He was going to get it.
I never even heard.
No.
Well,
let's just put it this way, right? The game came out. They've killed the servers for it. Anyone who bought it's pretty much getting a no questions asked refund.
Fair.
Well, yeah, obviously, but at the same time, like, I always say, like, in the world of business, a no questions asked refund is kind of the biggest admission of a fuck up you could ever get.
Oh, it is.
Because it's like, oh yeah, just have your money back, and it's like, cool. Now, here's the other side of that, right? I think that game was something like $100 million or something. Because everyone who's bought it is getting their refund, that's just a loss.
It's a straight up loss.
Now, I think there's definitely, like, I don't know enough about business to go into the in-depth of it, like, but a loss is probably better for Sony at this point with it, because they can, like, use it as a tax write-off or something.
You probably,
It was just a big fat F. But, yeah, it's not a good look.
No, it's not, but...
especially if...
Would I have gotten the game? Probably not.
No.
I'm sort of over hero shooters. Like, I played Overwatch a bit when it came out the first time, and then a little bit when 2 came out, and then I found out, it's just 1. No.
Overwatch 2 was the biggest scam.
It was.
Like, it became free, and that's something where Concord also failed because it wasn't free, it was $40.
Yeah, and
but at the same time, all
the only reason 2 hit big was because it was free.
Yeah, but those games
that was it. And it's the thing is, I was trying to look at something. I'm like, I go back to the first game, like on the other console, but no, it's just 2.
Yeah,
now it's updated. The 1 literally just updates to 2.
Yeah, it's horrid. It's kind of stupid. But at the same time, like, those games have to be free because no one's going to pay for them.
Like, initially, when it first came out, I could understand it being paid for then, and that made sense because it wasn't the first hero shooter, but it was one of the first, so it sort of kind of...
Not really, but sort of.
It was one of the first big ones, at least.
I want to say Rainbow Six.
I still think different style of game, though. If I was to put anything closer... Oh, no, not even that, really. I mean, yeah, kind of. Yeah, I would, like, first hero shooter that had that, like, cartoony...
Okay, see, that's the difference.
That's
now,
probably the biggest
I'm actually trying to
think
if Overwatch or Rainbow Six Siege came out first, because I honestly can't remember.
Yeah,
but let me tell you.
But either way, it was still early on.
As far as they go, both of them are actually the same genre.
Oh yeah.
And you can't. Like, you might say like,
as soon as you mentioned it, I'm like, no, wait, hang on. Yeah, no, it is. You're right, it is. But it's like that was still early days.
But in reality, I would actually say the forebearer of Overwatch is actually Team Fortress 2.
That's what I was gonna say.
Even though that's a class-based shooter.
Yeah.
Not a hero shooter, but
it's true. Yeah, but they moved over to class-based, didn't they?
No, it's still hero shooter.
Yeah, I suppose.
Because you can't play, like in Team Fortress, you can have 2 heavies, whereas in Overwatch you can't have 2 Reinhardts.
Oh, you used to be able to. Initially, in the first game.
But my point is that the whole thing is that a hero shooter is just a class shooter with different skins.
That's pretty much it, yeah.
But
I was going to say Team Fortress 2, then I was like, oh, it's still a little bit further. But
here's the big thing though, with I think, and what a lot of people like. I think what really killed Overwatch 2 was the fact that it was an unnecessary game to begin with.
And everyone went back to Team Fortress 2 anyway.
Yeah.
After a period of time, they're like, we're just going to go back to this game.
But, so, like, Overwatch was still fine. They brought out Overwatch 2, and the only thing that really would have made Overwatch 2 any different was the single-player story campaign mode.
Which they fucking got rid of.
Which they never did. So the only thing that would have actually made Overwatch 2 worth any salt, they threw in the bin. Yeah. So that kills a lot of community goodwill. And that's actually the hardest thing to come back from, losing goodwill with your community. Like, I don't think Activision could ever do it with Call of Duty, even though they've been trying for many, many years now. But
they've been trying. If you say any different, fuck off.
I think the community there is just too stupid to realize.
Too stupid and set in their ways of no, but COD. Yeah. Gotta play COD.
Yeah.
You don't. You don't ever have to play COD.
No. Like, I will say, there's no games that you have to have played to be a gamer.
No.
Because the truth of it is that, like, you think about it, it's like, I have games from my past, it's like, oh yeah, everyone was playing these games. And it's like, cool. Can kids today play these games? Absolutely not. No. How the fuck are kids going to get their hands on Conker's Bad Fur Day? How the fuck are kids going to get their hand on Ocarina of Time?
Yeah, well,
Majora's Mask.
Like, it's possible, but it's expensive to get those. And the kid will never get it because of how expensive.
Yeah. And then
because what it'll actually be is that parent gets it and don't you fucking touch this.
Ever. No, but like, I think for me, like, just the thing is that we're kind of getting worse as a gaming community because we're just accepting this shit now. Like, I can't believe how many games launch broken.
Oh, it's fucking
and we
ridiculous.
just go, no, give them a couple of months and it'll be good. No. It's like, but why are we spending $100 on something that's not good?
And then in a month's time, it might be good.
No, like I'll give the developers a lot of credit. They fix the problems, then I'll take that credit straight back off them and say, I should never be paying for something that has all of these problems. And if you know it has these problems, you shouldn't be selling it.
Because if you can get it in the first month, fix all of those problems, push the release date back a month. A month's not going to be that bad. Yeah, if you keep doing that and then you push it back nearly 2 years, that's a problem.
Yeah.
That just tells us how many problems you have in the
Look, I'm not gonna lie, like I'm a big fan that we can fix games now. I'm not a fan of the mentality of put out broken games because we can fix them later. The truth is, especially with a lot of games, fixing them later fixes them for people who were stupid enough to stick with them. And in a lot of situations, they end up having a really good game. And then that game can have a resurgence. Like, we always use No Man's Skies as the example for that. But on the other hand of things, a game that could actually be good, launching in a really bad way, can kill it and it can never come back, no matter how much effort you put into it.
No, Cyberpunk was one of those.
The other side,
like, it came back a little bit. Like, don't get me wrong, it did come back a little bit, but it was never going to come back to what it was.
It never came back to the hype that it had when it first. But I think the other side of this is that for a lot of people, it is just a gamble now.
It is.
Because you might have a No Man's Sky on your hand, or you could have an Anthem, or a Concord, or, you know... And the sad thing, like, at least everyone who bought into Concord's getting their money back.
Yeah.
Fucking suck it, Anthem players. What EA pretty much said to you.
Oh, yeah, that's exactly what they said.
Because they went, we put out a piece of shit. And you all bought it. And in 3 months, we don't give a fuck about this anymore. Did anyone get refunds?
No, of course they didn't.
But, you know.
That's EA.
Well, yeah, they do suck, but I like The Sims, so.
Yeah.
But
that's hard to fuck up.
But it is just, it's one of those things where it's just kind of like, we've come to a point now, and we just heard ourselves, where we as consumers are happy to accept subpar things and then be like, and then you'll have people come out and defend them. Like, it's like, no, just give it some time and it'll come better. It's like, why are you defending this? Yeah, okay, if they make it better, we can say, okay, well, they made it better. But we shouldn't be defending them because we should all be united in the fact that we're pissed off they sold us something that was
it should be, in the end, it should be, well, thank you for making it better. Do better next time.
It's not even that. At the end, it should be, well done. You fucking put out the product that it should have been.
To begin with.
It took you a lot longer and you already took our money. And there's people out there who go like, oh, yeah, but sometimes they need that extra money to keep the development going. No. That's not an excuse.
It's not. No.
That's not an excuse.
It's one of those things. It's like you dreamed too big.
Yeah.
You dreamed too.
And it's like, and the other side of it is this, right? Yes, when they do fix the games, we should say thank you for fixing the game, but we shouldn't applaud them for it because we should be saying, put out a proper game, put out a full game.
Yeah,
you know that's the goal with putting out games.
So put out a full game, a proper full game, and then do not fucking tell me about playing DLC.
Yeah.
Don't ever fucking tell me about
Oh, they're the best ones, I think, actually, though. What I'm going to do is I'm going to put out a buggy mess of a game and then tell you about our 10-month road plan. Put out a game, then think about a road plan for how you're going to support it for the next 10 months.
And I'm fine with games that do that.
Fixed game.
Games that do that as early access? Okay, I'm fine with that. That's one we play occasionally, but not all the time. Phasmo. They've got a road plan. But the thing is, every upgrade they've done, everything they've added to the game, everyone gets for free.
True, once you've bought the game, but at the same time,
we do have to go through a lot of the bullshit. But
I wouldn't ever use Phasmo as a good example of a game because I think they've done a lot of fucking stupid.
They have, but I'm pretty sure they were a new company.
Mm.
So it's like I kind of expect that they would have done some stupid shit. Like
no, it's, like there's stupid shit that I expect doing that, and that I'm fine with. Doing an upgrade and breaking something. Oops, sorry, we're fixing that. That's fine.
Yeah.
What they did that I cannot excuse is being like, hey, guess what, guys? We're working on our console release, and it's like, cool. Yep. Your game still doesn't work properly.
Finish it completely first, then work on changing it to the. Well, the thing is, it was supposed to be cross-platform as well. I'm pretty sure.
Get a game that's fully functioning and that you're happy with, and that actually does what it says on the tin before you start trying to modify it to fit on other consoles.
Fortunately, they did stop.
Yes, but
so that's an advantage.
Why did they stop it? Because it was a crazy stupid thing to do in the first place.
I think it was actually a problem that forced them to stop.
Yes.
It wasn't even them stopping because it's like, oh no, we shouldn't have done this. It was like, oh shit, this happened. We no longer can do this for at least the time being.
Yeah, but that's the truth, and they probably never should have gone there.
Like, don't get me wrong. Once they've finished it, and it's like.
Oh yeah,
like, we can never say bug free because you're never going to get a game.
Oh no. But once you
get up to a point where everyone's like, "Oh, this is working well," the bug that happens is so fucking minuscule that most people will never notice it. Then maybe start looking at.
But I think the thing with Phasmo is simply this: Phasmo had a massive kickoff.
It did.
Like everyone was playing Phasmo. Then it had its massive drop off where people no longer gave a fuck about it.
True. Which is where they wanted to go to console.
And so they went console. If we can get it on a console, it'll come back. People will want it again. And it's like...
Because people have friends that are on console and they can play with each other.
It was never going to happen. It was a pipe dream. But I think there's... End of the day, a lot of my kind of stuff with video games is this. If we pay for a video game, it should be in a finished position.
Yeah.
If it's not, we should not defend them. And if they fix it... Because there's really two options when you put out something as shit as some of the video games that have been coming out recently. Fix it or refunds. They're your options.
Oh, it is.
And
I can't excuse not a full game. As I said earlier, early access. Satisfactory is one of the ones we play a lot. It's not actually fully released yet.
Yes, but there is a caveat there.
Yes.
And that is, when you buy into an early access, you are buying into an alpha pretty much.
You are.
Now, they should never ask you for money again because you've already paid.
And because you're actually playing the alpha, you're pretty much testing the game.
Yep, exactly.
Yeah.
Secondly, when the full game comes out, they cannot force you to buy it. You've already bought it. You bought in early. You paid them less money, but they had your support from the beginning.
Yep.
Next, when you do buy into an early access game, it should be much cheaper than a full game.
Oh yeah.
Any early access where it's like, oh yeah, this game is like $60. No.
No.
No. I think $40 is, where we should be cutting off.
It's pushing it at 40. It's
at
like,
40
it's doable, but it's like, you might be going to ask a bit much there.
Yeah.
Depending on the game.
But 40 is like the highest it should be. And it's like, oh, but when this game comes out, it'll be $100 game. Yes. And anyone who wants to jump on then can jump on for that price. But anyone who's jumping on and helping you build the game by supporting you through the early stages should be pretty,
Because the thing is, we're playing the game. It's like, most people that buy it, they're not buying it because they're going, oh, we're testing the game for them. It's like, no, they're buying it because they want to play the game. They like the concept, they're playing it. It's when it crashes, if they then decide to send the error report to be like, hey, this happened.
But like
that's where it differs a little bit.
This is kind of upset though. Like as a gaming community, and this is one of the saddest things. It's like we now are so split, and it's like a game comes out in a buggy mess, and people defend it. Oh no, they'll make it better. That's not good enough.
No,
it's like yes, there's always going to be bugs, but when some of these games are coming out as bad as they're coming out, and people are defending it, it does my head in because I'm just like, well, what? Fucking come see me. I'll spit in your face and take $100 from you.
Pretty much.
Jeez, come on. And it's like, yeah, we can always say, yes, this game got better, but it should never excuse the fact that it was released in an unfinished, crappy state to begin with. We should never forget that and try and really ask our game producers and game designers.
Especially if
to be better.
Especially if it's a AAA game.
Oh, a AAA game.
No excuse. There is absolutely no excuse. A AAA game is a game that's coming out with that much funding and support behind it that it should be completely finished when it comes out.
We all know the actual issue with AAA games. Again, not a point from me, just a point that I fully 100% agree with. Yeah. They're too big. Yeah. A game that's costing $100 million can't fail. So there's nothing in there that'll make people love it.
Yeah.
Could you imagine if we'll just name a popular franchise now and be like, when this game came out, like on Legend of Zelda. When Legend of Zelda came out, imagine if it had to be like, oh no, you can't do time travel. Games don't do time travel. Oh. Even though that's like Ocarina of Time, which is well into the Legend of Zelda stuff. Yeah. But for a lot of people, especially the modern gamers, Ocarina of Time was their jumping on point.
Right.
But could you imagine if Ocarina of Time had been $100 million game that, we must sell it to as many people as possible so we can't take any risks. Just make this game over here work, so make a carbon copy of that. No. We need more experimentation in the gaming industry. We need smaller titles that don't cost hundreds of million dollars to make, don't need to be sold for over $100 per pop because it needs to make back so much fucking money.
Well, actually, here's another thing I just thought of then.
What?
How many games do you think back on that are recent and we'll talk about all the time because of how good they were? Let's put it in the last 5 years. Maybe even 10 years.
Okay, last 10 years. Well, there's The Witcher 3.
Is that 10 years? What year did that come out in?
I thought it came out in 2015, but it might have been 2014.
So that's right on the 10-year mark. I think I jumped a bit too far back. But even if
you give me the last 5 years, I can't tell you a single. Baldur's Gate 3. But even that had been in early access for a very long time.
Yeah.
But it's from its official release. there's a reason it swept up last year.
Oh,
Like, there are games out there, but a lot of them are
Yeah.
indie games. And the thing is, the indie games can afford to do that. But a lot of
that's
these big budget
nothing
ones,
about it. The last 30 years.
like Spyro.
Yeah, the Spyro games. You're playing it again now for the channel.
Mm.
We have to
There's-
love that game.
There's
I
all of
like the original Ratchet and Clanks.
Mm.
They were good.
There's all of the Zelda games since then. They're all pretty good. I look back fondly on those. Even
Yeah.
games like the Skyward Sword, I look back.
I did very much enjoy the original Super Mario games.
Mm-hmm.
Comparing it to the later ones, like they're not bad, but
Then you've
very
got
simple.
Halos, Gears of Wars. You know,
Yeah, there's a lot of games we can name from pre. Let's
well,
say
you're pretty much
80s
going.
ago.
You're pretty much going to back to when I was born.
No,
so
but the thing is,
I think that even opens up games like Final Fantasy VII.
it does. But what I mean by that is, it's like we don't talk about more current games about going, oh fuck, that game was amazing. This was a great game.
Oh.
We don't tend to talk about the more current games. We tend to talk about past games.
Let's have a look at
That's what I'm sort of getting at. Is we don't talk about a lot of newer games as if how brilliant they are, except for when they're big at the time.
Yeah,
As soon as they start to die off, nobody talks about it.
Okay, so here we go. I'm going to hit you with the game of the years from. Let me just quickly have a look. Okay, so we'll start from like 2014.
Yeah, 2014 works.
Okay, actually let's start at 2010.
Okay.
Because 2010 is a good starting point.
Yeah.
Just because there's actually some really good ones from 2010. So
Yeah.
this is 14 years ago now.
Yep.
Okay. Mass Effect 2
Yeah.
was 2010. Portal 2, 2011.
Fuck yeah.
Dishonored, 2012.
Yep.
The Last of Us, 2013.
Yep.
Destiny, 2014.
Yeah.
Fallout 4 was 2015.
Yeah.
Uncharted 4 was 2016.
Yep.
What Remains of Edith Finch was 2017.
Yep.
God of War was 2018.
Yep.
Outer Wilds was 2019. Hades was 2020. And Hades is actually a pretty good game. And so that's in the last 5 years.
Yeah.
Returnal was 2021. Vampire Survivor was 2022. And Baldur's Gate 3 was 2023.
Yeah. But like even going outside of that, it's like a lot of those games that year, they weren't flops, but they didn't. It's.
Now that's from the British Game Awards.
Well,
So
see, my thing is,
that's the BAFTA ones. Now let's see the American ones.
because like the thing that I was sort of getting at is like how many newer games tend to stick in your mind with the amount they're trying to put out, with the
Here we
quality
go.
of the games.
And this is the right one.
Game Awards.
It's the Game Awards. But I'm not sure because there's a lot of Game Awards.
True.
Keep going with what you're
Yeah.
saying. I'll see if I find the right
But
one.
yeah, as I said, it's just one of those things that I just thought of then. It's like most of the games that I go, oh, that was a great game. I really want to play that again. 10 years ago. None of them are really recent. Like the ones that are recent is just games that are like, oh fuck, I've got to finish that game.
Yeah,
But it's like, why did I stop playing it in the first place?
because you weren't having fun.
Yeah, because they're not as good as
Okay,
they
so
used
this
to.
is the Game Awards. Used to be the Spike Video Game Awards. I think this is the right one.
Yeah.
So we'll start with 2014,
That's
Dragon Age Inquisition.
Yeah.
2015, The Witcher 3 Wild Hunt.
Yep.
Overwatch, Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild,
Yep.
God of War, Sekiro, Last of Us Part 2, It Takes Two, Elden Ring, and Baldur's Gate 3. So a bit of a different
Yeah,
thing, except
is a
for
different
Baldur's
thing.
Gate 3, which was on both of those. I'll have you notice. Now let's have a look at the Japanese people.
Yes,
Just because I want to see
I
if
do-
fucking Baldur's
I
Gate 3 is
do-
there as well.
I do agree with some of those, but some of those are like, oh fuck, I forgot about those games.
No, the Japanese ones suck. They didn't put Baldur's
No,
Gate 3.
dude, fuck that.
But here's a really good one. The Game Developers Choice Award.
Oh, yeah,
Okay, so we're gonna start at 2010 again.
yeah.
2010 was Red Dead Redemption. That's a great game. Elder Scrolls Skyrim was 2011. 2012 was Journey. 2013 was The Last of Us. 2014 was Shadow of Mordor, as a blast from the past. 2015 was The Witcher 3. 2016 Overwatch. Breath of the Wild 2017. God of War 2018. The Untitled Goose Game was 2019.
Oh, that one.
Hades,
I fucking forgot about that.
Hades was 2020. Inscription.
I don't.
Never heard of it, but that was 2021.
Yeah.
Elden Ring 2022 and Baldur's Gate for 2023. So like there are some, and I think like Baldur's Gate's a great example because it won so many awards because it's a phenomenal game.
Oh, it is.
And came out very polished.
God of War, same sort of thing. Yeah. It was a phenomenal game. 2, I have enjoyed 2, but
it's not as
I also haven't finished it yet.
I think that's the real thing though, like because you brought up a little bit earlier. You said like there's games now where I have to finish that.
Yeah,
and that's kind of a sad thing that kind of comes back to us
because I've got to say I have to finish that. Yeah. Mainly it's because I want to finish the story. It's not always because hey I was enjoying that game. It's like I kind of
no because that's what has kind of has the half.
Yeah,
has.
I have to.
Yeah, that's kind of what that implies. No one has ever sat there doing something they enjoyed and said, oh, I have to finish this. It's no, just keep going.
Some people have done that because it's like, hey, come out and drink with us. Come in. I have to finish this.
No.
Different concept.
No, that's not a thing. That's not a thing. You fuck yourself. When you sit there and say, I have to finish this, it's like, oh, do this thing. No, I have to finish my assignment.
I suppose.
Do this. No, I have to finish this video game. Have some dessert. No, I have to finish my dinner. No one who's enjoying something ever goes, I have to finish this. They go, I don't want this to end. I'm having a good time here.
Yeah, I suppose.
No one has ever sat
the way I should have said that was like, come out for a drink. No, fuck you, I'm playing this.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I'm having a good time.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, it's, I just think that as consumers, we should be demanding more from the people that we are literally giving now quite a substantial amount of money to every year.
Oh, fuck. Yeah, true. It's not a small amount.
Anyway, to kind of finish us off, because it's about that time, I thought I'd quickly regale you with a stupid story from last night about myself.
Okay.
Now, no matter what Kris says, never forget I am a very intelligent person. Yet, last night I accidentally walked into a door. And it hurt like a motherfucker. Now, I know what you're thinking to yourself. You're thinking, Darcy, we all walk into doors. It's true, we all do. Everyone's walked into a door in their life.
Yeah.
And it always hurts like a motherfucker. But what makes this story so incredibly stupid is the fact that I walked into a sliding door.
Even better.
No. Because everyone's walked into a sliding door. You know, they slide and you press them and, you know, if you don't remember it's a sliding door, you press it and you expect it to swing out of the way, and it doesn't because it's a sliding door, and you walk into it and you go, oh, that was stupid.
Yeah.
But what makes this story even stupider is I walked into an open sliding door. Which, for those of you who can no longer keep track of what I mean by that, is it means I didn't even aim at the doorway, I just walked into the door. The doorway was here because it was open, and I walked not into the doorway.
You walked into the side that's never fucking open.
I walked into a wall.
Pretty much.
If the door had been closed, I would have walked into a wall. The door was open, so I walked into a door because somehow I managed that. So literally, last night I walked into a door, not because it was in the way, because I literally missed the door frame.
That's just so much better.
Oh, you get a kick of that. Never forget, incredibly smart. Just not always.
Where the fuck was that?
Yeah, in the laundry.
Oh, in the laundry. Okay, fair enough. It's a place you're in all the fucking time, too.
It's my home. Anyway, guys, thank you for joining us. If you have enjoyed this video, consider liking, sharing, commenting, or subscribing. If you haven't already, it really does mean a lot to us here. But as always, we hope you enjoyed it. We've had a fucking fabulous time.
Yeah.
But until next time, guys, I've been Darcy. He has been Kris.
Indeed.
The GoPro is starting to freak out.
It is.
So we must go.
Yep.
See you later, guys.
See ya.
Yeah, that's the worst part about it. They know.
They do.
They're like, oh, we know what we do. But it's... I hate it. I hate it so much. Why the fuck did they bring out the apple slices? Okay? No kid is going to be sitting there being like, yeah, I'll get a slice of apple to go with my hamburger. No, they want the fucking fries. The only people forcing that upon them are their parents, and they're like, no, because you're already overweight and fat, we'll get you the apple slices. The kid's not going to eat them. Okay, so I guess maybe you're saving them from a little bit of caloric intake there. But no, parent, you already decided to take your kid to fucking McDonald's, get the motherfucker fries, shove them in their fat face. Get them some sauce as well.
Yeah, I'll do it.
Don't even get me started on the salads.
No.
Like, you know when...
I want to go to the Macca's, but I want something healthy. Stop.
It's when you like see me coming running up with a baseball bat and just like, fucking stupid idiot. They don't go in the same sentence.
You see, you wrote like a video of me being recorded saying that, you running up behind me with a bat, and just as you're about to swing, I'm just like, I don't fucking eat salad.
Swing anyway. Like, well, I'm already here.
No. The funniest thing about that is it's going to be a situation of you stop and you go...
and just bang, everyone's like, what the hell? He's not wrong. Back on my shoulder. Walk away. No, but like, so here's something I really like. McDonald's sell water now.
They do.
Really good. Why is that good? And people say, oh, if you're against the salad, why are you okay for water? Because I do a lot of fucking road tripping.
Yeah.
And when I pull in to get my fat fucking meal, I'm like, oh, I'm out of water.
I want water.
I need water when I'm driving and not being a fat fuck. Can I get a water bottle as well? Yes, you can. Thank you very much, McDonald's. You're looking after me on the roads.
Exactly.
But when I walk in there, I'm not going, oh, can I get a salad and a bottle of water? No. The McDonald's people should actually be told, if anyone ever walks up to the counter and says that, they have to take one of those wooden fucking spork spoons.
Yeah.
Sporks. They're not really a spork, though, are they? They're just like a really bad wooden fork. That's also, if you try to use it as a spoon, would be a fucking piece of shit as well.
It's a bad wooden fork. And
they should stab it in your eyes, break it off, and then go for the jugular. And that should be in the employment guide. Because that person is a pretentious dick.
Yeah.
That person literally made the bad decision to walk into McDonald's, but then when they got to the counter, instead of being like, you know what, give in to the fat fuck, they went, no, I have control here. No, you don't, bitch. You walked in here.
Your control was not walking in here.
There should be a choir of people that every time someone orders a salad, they just throw fucking French fries at them. But not fresh French fries, those really soggy ones that you get at like 2 in the morning, where it's just like, oh, who even cares about that? Boom, boom, boom. How's your salad going? Freak.
Oh, no. That's fair.
It's not right.
Why the fuck did you take your hat off?
Emphasis. Not right.
Fair
not right.
Fair enough.
Don't we get started?
Michelle.